All righty. It's called The Crossover. It's brought to you by California Academy of Sciences. Every visit supports the Academy's mission to regenerate the natural world. Learn more and reserve your ticket at calacademy.org. Willard and Dibs in the house. What's up, gentlemen? How you doing?
Hey,
Hi, boys.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Evan.
What's going on?
What's cooking?
Well,
Our show.
We've got
Are
a
you
couple
cooking?
things we're going to deal with. Obviously, you were at the Giants game last night.
Yes, I was.
We'll talk about that. It's draft day tomorrow. You guys are going to be at Chase.
Yes,
we'll
we
talk
will.
about that. And that's probably about it.
That's it?
I would think. Yeah.
Okay.
On the docket.
So go ahead.
No,
How was the game last night?
It was great, man. It was great. People are chanting. It's
32K.
June.
32.
Yeah, which hit
Looked
the
like
over. I can't remember who on our show said it would be 29 tomorrow. Was it Grandy?
No, it was me.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is that butts and seats or that's paid attendance?
Well, I mean, I guess it's probably paid attendance.
Announced attendance.
I'll say
Right.
this. I'll call it
because
what
the
it was.
A's, the A's draw 8,500 and we all laugh
Yeah,
because
because there were actually
8,500
six people there.
Right. So I just want to make sure
it
that
sounded
call
like
it-
there was 30.
I'll call it exactly what it looks like. The upper deck
Yeah.
is still less than 50% full, but populated. The lower deck and the loge, those suckers they're packed, and the outfield is packed, and it's energetic. That's what to me is even more important.
Sure.
It's energetic. People are engaged. They're into it. As we left last night, there are chants through the hallways, which are usually, they're not as loud as they would be, say, in October, but that's usually reserved for playoff stuff. When people are walking to their cars and they're so inspired and so excited that they just have to yell. And so let's go Giants chants are ringing through the hallways as we walk down the ramps to get to the parking lot, and it's June 20th. I'm like, that's great. So it's different. It's different. And then the other thing I was just saying to Dibs in the other room, the other thing is when the Giants got that one run, I think it was in the sixth or seventh inning to make it 3-2.
Yeah, 7th inning.
The whole building is like, they're going to win. They're going to find a way. And normally, lots of times, last 5 years, that Tatis homer, Giants get one run, Tatis homers gets it right back, 3-1, getting late in the game. You're sort of like, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. You feel, and it's exactly the opposite right now. You're like, I wonder how they're going to win this thing tonight. And then to have the three kids come up and be the table setters in the ninth inning in a 3-3 tie, and then Josh Hader comes in, which then the Giants just own his butt, which is beautiful. You just knew. You knew the Giants were going to get that one.
To me, the play that made me think they weren't going to win, and I can't remember the inning, was the play Machado made where he stepped on third and threw home.
And I'm still not sure Slater was out. That catch.
Oh, yeah, I know it was close.
It's close.
You know what,
He missed
though?
the tag, but if you review it, it's fuzzy.
To me, that should always be an out. I'm sorry. Yeah, that should always be an out.
You got to tag the guy.
Well,
missing the tag is.
but you know how, like, when the
Right.
throw beats somebody at second, even if the guy gets onto their line.
right, but no.
Sure looked like he put the tag
The
on
phantom
him.
tag.
The tag was there. Did the foot get underneath? Like I said, if you
right.
review it, I don't think you overturn it.
And thank God
it was tight.
we have instant replay review because those things never go wrong.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
Yeah.
Boch. We got a Boch last night in classic Boch fashion. That's one of the great interviews. We'll play it for you. But anyway,
He's been run twice in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, he has.
He's getting feisty down there.
And can you be run when the game is actually over?
absolutely.
I think so.
It's actually the answer is yes,
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
can tell you from my own personal coaching experience when I got ejected after a match in a tournament while coaching Drake High School boys volleyball.
Did you tell them you can't throw me out of a game that doesn't even exist
I thought you were
anymore?
going to say you tossed someone out of a
No,
game
no,
after
no.
it
I was
over.
actually coaching, and I
Okay.
walked up to the official after the match. We had lost to Las Lomas in the semifinals of a tournament, and I said, "You are terrible. You are god awful." And I walked away, and the tournament director came over with the ref, and they showed me the yellow and red together in volleyball, which means you've been ejected, and I had to sit out the next match, which was like 4 days later.
Wow.
So you
Damn.
can be ejected after a match is over
What was
or a
the,
game.
decision
the
was
ref
terrible.
was what, 12 years old, 13 years
No,
old?
she was about 47.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was
All right.
about
At least it was an
32 at the
adult.
time.
At least it was an adult.
It's a fair
Wasn't it?
yellow and
She was
red.
the only adult in that exchange, by the way.
No, but yeah, I hear you, Steiny. That was definitely. I mean, the Ducks were on the pond. The bases are loaded. Nobody's out, and then thank goodness Crawford came up and got a hit on the very next at bat, so that they were able to get something out of it. But that one was the only time all night that the building felt deflated was right after that play.
By the way, you're talking about ejections and Ed Hospodar, Boxcar Hospodar, former Philadelphia Flyer, once was ejected from a game before it started.
Jeez. Wow, it takes a lot to do that.
Got in a fight. Fight before the game.
Yeah, I feel like there's got to be some precedent for that. Getting tossed before a game even starts.
Didn't Bill King get ejected as the broadcaster from a basketball game?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Was
mother
bleeping the ref or
that's
something
a
like
good
that?
one.
He may have.
Impressive, honestly.
He absolutely
Those are
may
goals.
have. Yeah. So, you excited about the draft?
Yes.
don't.
Yes, very excited
Like,
about the
yes,
draft.
but I don't know what to be excited about. Like, if it's just
Well,
going
ask
to be.
Dibs.
I'm excited by what they're going to get when they trade the pick. And who is a part of the trade
Lock it up.
when they trade the pick?
Okay, you
is
think
it
they're trading
Poole
the
in the pick? Is it Poole Kuminga in the pick? Is it Kuminga in the pick? I don't believe that they're going to make the pick. This is a team. This is a coaching staff that has not shown a lot of eagerness to play young players. And whoever you take at 19 will most likely be, 19. So Steve Kerr has shown a reluctance to play guys who are under the age of 27. So why would you make the pick? To me, you trade the pick, you trade Poole or Kuminga or both, and you bring in some veterans and you try to just do something with the core.
Well, I think what you're saying makes sense, but the umbrella idea of just trade the pick to me is dangerous because there has to be the right deal. The right deal has to exist. You know what I mean? And I don't know that we're there yet. And I'm still the same question is in my head that I think is in all of yours, which is if you just compile everything that team has said as they get ready for the draft, it doesn't all add up. We want to keep everybody, we want to get better, and we want to spend less money. Well, you can't.
Right.
You don't get to do all of those things. So I don't like which one of them is the one that's not actually happening.
Well, let me tell you the move that I don't want. I do not want them to trade Jonathan Kuminga.
I think there are a lot of people with you.
He's too young. And
He's not 7'2", though, by the way.
I know.
Good Lord, what the hell
Evan
is that?
Evan wanted to read
What
that. It's been
is
coming
that?
up on our text line
I
all
thought
night.
Steiny would like
internet
it.
rumor, and Kendrick Perkins is going with it. I've heard he's 7'2". Even if he did have a growth spurt, people are acting like we haven't seen Kuminga in 8 months. It was 3 weeks ago. He was 6'7".
He's going to be taller than Wembanyama in a year.
Oh my gosh!
By the way,
internet is the stupidest thing alive.
It looks like that trade's going to happen with Washington. Porzingis is going to go to Boston. It looks like Malcolm Brogdon to the Clippers, and the Wizards get the number 30th pick in the draft, and Marcus Morris.
The Wizards just gave everything away.
And cross a name off our board over
just
here.
clearly starting over.
Clearly Porzingis said, "I'm opting out."
Maybe. I mean, they just got rid of all their money, and they got absolutely nothing in return.
Now this is a
They got
complete
nothing.
and utter
Number 30?
rebuild
Yeah,
for them.
sweet. Chris Paul's rights.
But we were
Awesome.
we're watching the finals, and we're
Super
talking
fun.
Warriors
about
might want him.
Strus and Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin, and we're talking about Brown, the rookie, but he's played 3 years in college. It's like, if this offseason's proved anything, it's that, you know what, you got to be about 23, 24 or older to really contribute. So why would you trade Jonathan Kuminga now?
Because you want to compete right now. And if Jonathan Kuminga won't be ready to help you compete with your core until he's 23 or 24, that's 3 or 4 years from now. So, yeah, Jonathan Kuminga in 3 or 4 years. And at that point, you will have to have given him a big contract extension if you want him to be a part of your core then. And you're more concerned about what your core is going to be now. If you do give Draymond Green what Evan threw out that he would say yes to, 3 years and $100 million, I heard you say that.
Well, that was in jest, but yeah.
Monty Poole also said that.
That
In
was
jest, but honestly, I thought about this too, Evan. It's not my money. If Joe Lacob wants to give him 3 years and $100 million, give him 3 years and $100 million. Chase Center's already very expensive, and tickets are already hard to come by, and prices aren't coming down. So if you want to spend $100 million on Draymond, which would be like $500 million on Draymond after the luxury tax penalty, go ahead. It's your money.
Well, I mean, if let's say theoretically the difference is between a 3-year 75 and a 3-year 100.
Okay.
So that's $25 million over the course of the deal.
Right.
Which becomes
over $125 million more than if you could get him for 25-ish.
Exactly.
I think it also sets a precedent for Clay, because if Draymond Green makes more than his prior deal, wouldn't Klay Thompson, of course, want to get paid more than what he's currently making, which is far more than Draymond Green.
That's interesting, though, because Clay knows, Clay's a smart guy, and he knows he got paid, what's the number, $70 million to rehab? He got 2 years of, here, we're going to give you a max, even though you're hurt, and then he got hurt again. So Klay Thompson, that would be some impressive short-term memory to say, hey, I want a raise after getting paid $70 million to rehab.
But his argument is that he's working the entire time to get back, and he also helped contribute to a championship shortly after returning. So the rehab was not all for naught. It's not as if he's sitting on his butt at home, just kicking his foot.
That was last summer when he was sitting on his butt at home.
Which I would. Well, apparently he's going to be on a golf course at least, so we know he's active. That's coming up on the 29th or something. But for Clay, I don't know if Draymond Green gets what he wants, 3 for 100 or 4 for whatever. If I'm Klay Thompson, I can't take less than what I'm making right now. And if you're going to the Golden State Warriors, well, do you want to pay him for another 2 years at $45 million? That seems ridiculous.
I want, if we're going down that road, I want to give Klay 2 more years at 60.
And he's saying, well, then I'm making exactly what Draymond's making. And I've made more than him my entire career.
Yeah, well.
You're
turning down $60 million, Klay?
Well, no, he's probably going to go somewhere else.
For how much?
Well, according to Bobby Marks, he's a $30 million a year player.
That's why we're offering him 30 for the extension.
For the next 2 years.
Yeah, so next year he makes 42 or whatever, and then he goes 30-30. 30 for 30.
I guess if you are fine having that conversation with him, but I don't think Klay Thompson is interested in taking that kind of a pay slash, unless someone like Draymond Green does it before him.
Right.
I don't know.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco, always live on Twitch, YouTube, and the free Odyssey.
See, I'm seeing on Twitter, I didn't even hear you say this today, Steiny, but it's been tweeted out by our station, quote, you have to look at life after Curry. If Steph leaves in 2026, where does that leave the Warriors in their current state? My brain doesn't want to go there, and quite frankly, does not even care. Like all of this stuff, Draymond's money, Klay's money, Steph's career, all of it, I just whittled it down to something so much simpler, at least to me, which is that if I'm a Warrior fan, I would like all 3 of those players on the team, and I want to know what is the other shoe to drop. And I mean this right now. This month, July, that's on the way. What is the other shoe to drop? What does that do for this fall? 2026 might as well be 2029. That is so long from now.
I'm with you.
I mean, we're looking at an internet right now that's talking about Porzingis is on the move, Lillard reportedly requesting a trade, Paul George about to be on the table, Chris Paul's on the move, Bradley Beal's on the move, who knows who else, whether it's Poole, Kuminga, anyway, it just feels like an offseason where there's going to be so many high-level surprises. High-level surprises are about to happen. And as a Warrior fan, that's all I want to know. Which ones are you involved in?
It's twofold. One is I get fans don't care, but Mike Dunleavy has to care.
Sure.
Doesn't he?
So let him care.
Joe Lacob has to care.
Well, but my point is
job.
If they care, then they're likely to try to balance. In other words, if they truly care about the future, then they don't want to be sitting without a first-round pick in 2028 and 2030, probably. After Curry, when the chances, maybe you're really not good then.
Right.
So, that's all I'm talking about, is being reluctant to, it's why I'm worried about moving Kuminga.
Well, you said something earlier about how do you get better right now? And how do the Warriors get better right now? There's only one path to me on how you get better right now, and that is sacrificing the future to get in players who are ready to help you right now. If you run it back with everyone that you have under contract, including Draymond Green, who you sign, you're not necessarily better than you were last year. You could argue that you might be a little bit worse based on the age of players. You might argue you're a little bit better with Kuminga developing and Jordan Poole now paid, and maybe if he can work things out with Draymond, maybe Jordan Poole becomes a 20-point-a-night guy who actually can help you win championships. But other than that, how do you get better between now and October?
Substantially, I don't think you can.
Well, you can if you do something dramatic.
Well, or you're hoping Kuminga takes a step. Is
That
what
Poole
you're hoping.
Also,
And Poole gets back to normal. Like, you're hoping what Guru hopes for. Wiggins is back to Wiggins. Clay's still getting better.
Back to Wiggins.
Curry's not declining at all. Draymond's still 95% of what he is. Kuminga's going to get better. Poole's going to come right back to where he was. And you got action. And you would if all that happens. That's a lot to count on.
and that demands internal development.
Are you okay? Are you okay with trading Kuminga and or Poole?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, absolutely. How could you not be?
Well,
I'm way more focused right now on the trade that the Giants need to make for a starting pitcher.
You know what? I almost punched the boss in the head
please,
today.
Can you please
Why?
talk to him?
Why?
About this?
Yeah, why? Why'd you almost punch the boss in the head?
Well, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
He dared you to. No.
But he.
Don't act like you haven't.
I'm
almost
surprised
before.
at you.
And
Why?
you're on the record as saying that you love the boss, so that comes across.
know.
I mean, you've gushed more than anyone on
Why?
the station.
Jordan
Why?
Poole loves Draymond Green too, but because they've lost. Look,
Love.
Jeff Kent, enjoy the game. They're
You're
exceeding expectations.
You're going to tell me
Willard,
to enjoy the game?
What?
I went to the game last night.
They're 41
I'm
and
plastering
32.
pictures of me and my sons and my lady all over Instagram.
I saw
Nobody enjoys the game here more than I do.
Enjoy the run here.
What does what I'm saying have to do with not enjoying the run?
When's the trading deadline?
No, that has nothing to do with it.
Sure it
6
does.
weeks.
No, it doesn't. That's actually part of my point. Why would you wait till then?
Because you might not be where you think you are.
But
Let's wait. Let's take a little more time.
Okay, so what the Giants should do is everything's going for them right now, but instead of supporting that, we should wait for it potentially to go bad.
No, I'm not a pessimist.
So why would you wait? You got things
Because
going right now.
Right.
Okay, so get on the phone and bolster it. Make it even better. Why would you not? You have given yourself a chance and you go for it. And I heard
Because
you earlier.
it's too early.
No, it's not.
It's too
I
early.
heard you earlier. You're building two options and there's a third option. You sort of, oh wait, now you're going to push all your chips in the middle of the table for this year? No, not at all. Not at all. I am flatly against the Giants giving away any of their top 5 or 6 prospects, period. Hang up the phone. But you can do both. This is that stupid phrase we use about having your cake and eating it too, which doesn't make any sense because what else would you do with cake? But the point is you do both. The Giants can absolutely continue to build for the future. They got 5 rookies on the team who are all producing in different ways. That's great. Keep them coming. But also don't ever flick off the idea of an opportunity to win in any given season. And right now, they are playing a game that will haunt them in September and October if they don't bolster their starting pitching. Their bullpen will be taxed.
There's 2 things here. One is going for it.
You always go for it.
What does that mean?
It means you absolutely, when you see the opportunity that a team is playing well together and succeeding, you give them more. You give them what they need when you see little holes in that roster. It does not mean sell the farm.
Here's the point. Here's what I'm getting at.
When
You want to
see
get
a
Paul,
spot.
Who, Paul Blackburn? That's the guy?
Nah,
That's
that
one of
doesn't-
them.
That's,
Okay.
That's not.
Right.
I mean,
So
that's
you're talking
fine.
about Stroman or Bieber or Dylan Cease?
I personally, like, it gets to baseball, so we're going to bring up names that 90% of our audience is like, who? Like, if you really want to get into it, I'd love them to get Eduardo Rodriguez from the Detroit Tigers.
Oh, me
right.
too.
So
Okay.
that to me is not going for it.
Of course it is.
That's bolstering what you have. When
I literally
hear
just used the word bolster when you asked me what does it mean to go for it.
well, bolster to me is different than go for.
Let's go for it.
Go for means you're going to go into your minor league system and give away, not give away, but trade away a couple of your top prospects.
No. Absolutely.
Well,
not.
that's good.
That's not going for
because
it.
I don't want to do that
No,
either.
you can absolutely go for it.
Well, now
without
we're just arguing what we think going for
Wait a
it
minute.
is.
When they got Chris Bryant, were they going for it?
Yeah,
Did
probably.
they give up any of their top prospects?
I can't remember.
They didn't. I can tell you right now, both of the prospects were outside of the top 8. So,
But Chris Bryant has a higher profile than the guy you mentioned.
Right, of course, because that's what they needed that year.
They're going to get a pitcher.
I don't know that.
Of course they are. They're
I
going to
hope
go
so.
get a
Well,
starting
it might be
pitcher.
Kyle Harrison is the pitcher they go get.
Yeah, I
Dave
think
Fleming says
that
he's
might
not
be
ready.
He's not ready.
Well, I mean, between
He's
now
not
and the
ready. Not yet.
deadline,
He's pitching tonight.
which is 6 weeks away, so that might be the pitcher they go and get.
I think most people view going
what-
for it as what the Padres did last year by going out and getting Juan Soto, Josh Hader. I think the Dodgers going to get Max Scherzer, Trey Turner. That's what people view as going for.
It doesn't need to be that high profile. You know, what the Dodgers did in order to get Trey Turner and Scherzer, they gave up their number one, I think, and someone else in the top 5.
The number one pitching
in their
prospect
system.
and their top prospect overall.
Yeah. That no. That would
Who are
make
doing, but the argument is
let's be
who,
clear.
who they're
That's
doing
what-
in
that's-
Washington.
Well, and the argument
That's-
is also what are Scherzer and Turner doing for the Dodgers right now?
But they went for it, and they came up short.
That's fine.
But-
yeah. But it doesn't need to be that high profile. It doesn't need to be that big of a name for me. It means that you add something to a group that has shown they got a shot. And if you see a hole in that roster, you fill it. And the Giants, we're all celebrating all these come from behind victories. Here's a question. Why are they always behind? Because their starting pitching is largely lesser than who they're going against. Their bullpen is better. So they're giving their team an opportunity to come back. But DeSclafani, as in the building, he's not inspiring confidence right now at all. Cobb is hurt. You got openers 2-3 nights a week right now. You basically, if you get to a playoff series, you've got Logan Webb, and that's it.
But
and
that
that's not
also
enough.
is the same case if you add someone like Eduardo Rodriguez.
No, he can pitch a playoff game for you. He's a good pitcher. People don't know who he is.
He's fine, but he's
That's Mark's word. I love that.
Yeah, fine is a very negative word.
But the only thing you and I are arguing is Eduardo Rodriguez. To me, you say that's going for it. I say that's finding a pitcher because we're pretty depleted and we are in it. Doesn't mean we're necessarily going for it. It means we've got to maintain through July.
Farhan was on last week. He literally was like, I don't even understand the idea of people talking about what is quote unquote selling when you have a team that is near the top of the standings.
Nobody's saying sell.
The point of a team is to go for it. The Giants are going for it right now. They think they can win the NL West, and therefore they think they can win the World Series.
Okay, I'm talking about the kind of deal that the Dodgers made when Evan's saying they're giving up some of their top prospects for Scherzer and Turner.
That'd be a absolutely
That's the-
harebrained thing for the Giants to do.
Well,
unless you
that's
think you
the
got
way-
other guys that can step up the
That's
way
what
the
I
Dodgers
consider
system do.
going for.
but who's even the person that you want in
I'm
quote
not-
unquote going for it?
Well, it would be like a Shane Bieber, I guess.
That's not even that's not going to cost your top prospect.
Okay.
Stroman might, and that's why I don't want him. For 2 reasons. He might cost your top prospect, and he's immediately going to become a free agent, and you're going to have to sign him to the Gausman-Rodon deal that Farhan never likes to do.
Well, that's why I think Bieber would actually probably cost more because at least you got 1 year of team control.
Maybe.
And he's pitched in the postseason before. I think
Stroman's pitching better right now.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But if you look at their careers, this is Stroman is a guy that leaves a little more to be wanted from outside of this season early on in his career. The one thing that he does give you, I think, is that he's going to be out there every 5th day. You can't say the same for a guy like Bieber because he's had more arm issues in the past.
And Eduardo Rodriguez currently on the IL, and he does have 3 more years under contract, which might make Farhan a little bit less likely to want to bring him in.
Although he can opt out. He's got an opt-out at the end of the year, so he could become a free agent.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know
and
where
he's
at on that,
pitching
but-
well, and he's got postseason experience.
Yeah. So I feel like we fall a little bit into an either-or conversation in this one, and it's not really necessary. Like, the Giants can absolutely keep their farm system largely intact, continue to develop the young guys, and also try to win the NL West this year. Like 1,000%.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
But I don't even know who this big name is that everyone wants to go get, I mean, Shohei, the Angels are too good. He's not going anywhere.
Right. Right.
I think we can leave it there.
All right.
I mean, why you here this late? No golf today?
I'm taking golf off today.
Why? Body hurt?
No,
Okay.
I'm getting stale.
Getting ready for the tourney.
Oh,
No, I'm stale.
Are you losing your love of the game?
Getting ready for Goo tomorrow.
You know what, Mark?
No, I'm asking. No, genuinely.
The tourney
What
is
does that
23
mean?
days away, Mark.
What, you stale? What?
The major championship
I get
that we
it.
both play in.
I'm a little
gotta sharpen up.
discouraged if
You're
that's what
discouraged
you're asking.
with your game.
Yes,
I hear that.
I'm stale.
That
I'm not
happens.
getting any better.
A week off is a good idea.
That's
then.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
He won't
Well,
take
thank
a
you.
week off.
When
He's
you-
playing Saturday and
Well, I am
Sunday.
playing Saturday, Sunday, but now
Thank you.
6 days. It's the closest I'm gonna get. But
Gosh, I wish that were time away from the game. 6 days. Ugh.
oh, you mean that's a hot streak for you
Oh
if
my
you can play every
God!
six?
If I can
You
play
hate
once
to
a
see
month,
it.
I'm crushing it. Are you kidding me? All right.
Just
Go.
Just
take
think
the
about
rest
what a
of the
big
day off.
move is, as opposed to
Okay.
just number 4 pitcher to keep it. See you guys. Have good.